Today I'm coming at you with GRI part 2 out of 3 videos. If you're just popping into this video, last video you'll find was about real estate law, GRI, which is Graduate Realtor Institute. It is a designation that realtors will have. I highly, again, recommend it for all realtors. Because you will get your hours, either CE or SAE hours. However, unlike going to your real estate class at like Champions or wherever and learning and reviewing this material for the first time, you're around a bunch of people who are also doing the same thing. Well, however, when you go to a GRI course, you're surrounded by experienced realtors, and there are countless stories in that room that you can use their examples and learn from their experiences. So there's a lot of value in the GRI class or any of those designation courses. I highly recommend taking them. There's 3 classes: GRI, brokerage, law, and marketing. Today we're going to talk about the marketing. Each class is 30 hours for SAE or 10 hours CE. So you need your SAE in your first 2 years of your license to renew it, and then after that it's just CE hours. So today here we're going to be talking about some fun marketing things, and then we'll talk about a few of the test questions, so that way you have an idea. I'm not going to get too in deep because, again, these videos are just to brief you over them, because when I was going online and researching stuff about GRI, I didn't find anything, so I'm just wanting to expose a little bit of my experience. Today we'll talk about some of the marketing ideas that I got from the other realtors. I'm not going to share all of them with you because I have a whole list here, but I'm going to share a couple of my favorites. One was, this is all lead generating stuff, right? So one was to host a Santa event. So, this is something you can kind of plan throughout the year. You can host somewhere, it can be your whole, your whole brokerage can do this together. So it can be a really big event and worth y'all's while. I liked, instead of Santa, you could do pet, or do both. Do the Santa in the winter, and then maybe during the summer you do a pet event. I think that would be really fun. I would love to create a little pet run. You know how you do the 5Ks, the mud runs or something like that? Not that extreme, but maybe a little mile pet run, and set up those little plastic kiddie pools with water in it for the dogs during the summer. I think that would be so much fun. I now have a new addition. Some of you guys may not have seen. He's laying under my feet here. He popped up in my other video, but his name is Charlie. So he's a little pug, now 7 months old. So I think that would be really fun. And I'm going to kind of get to that point in another thing. So me having a dog, my point is you want to find a niche to get into. So I have a friend, this is a really good example. I have a really good friend, and she rides motorcycles. And so that's her niche. She has this whole little motorcycle clan. They all ride together, and they're this community. So it's really cool. So she's the known realtor in the group. So maybe I can find this group of pug lovers, and I can be the realtor of the group. I don't know. You find your own niche and stick with it. That is just a really good way to lead generate. Let's see, what else is another good one? Okay, so another one too I have written down here is apartments. I did have another realtor reach out to me asking about, because I'm also in property management as well in apartments, and they were wondering, how to get in contact with people who live in apartments in thoughts of they're going to eventually buy a house. I have a lot of different ideas on that, but one I think that most people could do, a professionally managed apartment building will typically have a cares team where they're kind of an extension of the office, and the cares team will throw events for the residents and things like that. I have the best cares team ever. They're like my family. And anyway, they go 110% on everything. So if you want, you could go to the apartments and you could go to the front desk and ask them for if they have a cares team or, a team that throws resident events, and ask for their email or contact information and reach out to them and maybe host a table and have a raffle drawing of some sorts. And that would be a really great way to get, face to face in front of people, and, they're just having a good time, so no pressure kind of thing. I don't know why I haven't done that, because that's like really, that's a really good thing to do. So let's see here. Oh, ugly sweater party would be kind of fun. Anyways, so I'm just gonna leave that at that, because I just have so many things. I could just go on forever, and this video is getting way too long. So somebody wants to say hi to you guys. So this is Charlie. He is my little man. You say hi, Charlie? You gonna read to him? Say hi. Say hi. Do you see yourself? Anyway, he's the star of the show, so I'm gonna have to let him off. By the way, I am now relocated. I was in Frisco, now I'm down here in Dallas. My job was so by the way, this was at 3 p.m. on a Friday. So today's your last day here in Frisco, and you're gonna start Dallas on Monday. And I was it didn't even process. So anyways, I'm still situating everything. But I'm actually really liking it a lot down here, reluctantly. I actually really like the Frisco Plano area, because I'm a small town girl at heart, so it was good middle grounds for me. Down here it is way busier, but I can literally walk to a grocery store, so it's kind of awesome and kind of a bad thing at the same time, because I'm always buying random stuff. My mom's like, every time I talk to you, you're in the grocery store. I'm like, this is true. Okay, so anyways, moving on. Let's see here. What else did I want to talk about? So you'll talk about a lot of different things. I'm just talking about the fun stuff. Dun, dun, dun. There was one thing I really wanted to talk about, and it was the do not call list. And so basically, I'm just going to kind of talk off my memory. I wanted to find it in the book, but there's a do not call list. So if you're out calling FSBOs, oh, you're so demanding. If you're out calling FSBOs and people who have signs, for sale by owner in their yard, beware, because there is such thing as a do not call list. And if these guys have their name on that list and they want to take action, it's literally a $15,000 fine for you. So there's a way to get to that list to see if whom you're calling is on that list. And I do believe it is something your broker has to be signed up with. So check with them and be careful who you're calling, because it's a real thing. So I'd hate to see y'all get charged that hefty fee. And two, we want to respect people. You want to respect people. If they don't want to be called and bothered, they don't want to be called and bothered. But this one is bothering me. You got to be respectful. All right, so let's see here. There is another thing I wanted to get to over here. This is actually pretty cool. I won't talk about it now, but this is a whole list. It says 20 reasons to hire a Texas realtor. If you want me to go over that, have a short little video on that, give me a thumbs up, and we'll make that happen, because I think that would be fun to do. Let's see here. All right, so I want to talk about apps a little bit, and then I'm going to go over a few questions I've highlighted